people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kopano Shimange and this is How I Do Things, the show where you send me your questions and I'll let you know how I would do things. Now you can take this as advice, use it, don't use it, it is completely up to you. No one's forcing you, there's no pressure, do with it what you will. Now, I don't know if you've been here before, and most probably you have. Heartbreak it's physical, it's gut-wrenching. There's a pain in your chest that you can physically feel, where it just feels like somebody has just punched you and is sucking the life out of you. And on the other side, the person holding the gun, the person squeezing the life out of your heart and pumping that chest is an ex-boyfriend. Someone who said he loved you, someone you loved, someone you were invested in, and then this person ends things. What are you supposed to do about it? How do you move on from that? I've been there. Many of us have probably been there. You might just be there right now. But today, I'm going to give you 10 steps to get over a breakup and to get over your ex. Move on to beautiful sunny days, to a good life, to glowing skin and hydration, to more shmoney and more happiness without that other guy. We can leave him in the past, it's fine. By the end of these 10 steps, trust me, you'll be over that man and you'll be moving on to finer and better things. Now, if you have any questions that you want to send over to me, head over to my Instagram at Kopano Shimange and look for this Insta story highlight. Click on the little pink box or reply and let me know which question or scenario you'd like me to tackle in our next episode. Now, in this episode, we're dealing with getting over your ex, that boring guy, that idiot of a man who let you go. You shining like a diamond, you're worth more than gold, honey, but this man, he just threw you away and now he's left you heartbroken, and you know that you don't deserve to cry because it does not do well for your skin. You know, if crying was good for our skin, we'd do it all the time, but honestly, your heart is broken. It is in many pieces because of this idiot right here. Right now, it doesn't feel like that right now, but you will get over it, my honey. I promise you, you will get over it. Follow my 10-step program, and by step number 10, you'll be waving goodbye to the memory of him and what used to be, and you won't even want him back no more. Step number 1 is to grieve. Grieve the death of your relationship, because that's what it is. When two people come together, two people who are completely strangers, all of a sudden they fall in love and then boom, something collides. This big bang gives birth to this of a relationship. It dies when you guys break up. He's dead. He's gone. Grieve. We all grieve in our different ways. You know, they say there's a 5-step process to grieving. There's denial, and then it hits hard, and then you start crying, and then you're temporarily happy, and then you're back down in the dumps, and then there's acceptance. Go through all of the stages. If you need to go through denial, deny all you want. If you need to cry, cry all you want. I've got the strategy for crying, let me just tell you. I tell myself, right, we are going to cry. I'm giving myself until about 7:15. Right now, it's 7:45, so a good 30 minutes will be great. And I just let it out. And I cry, and I just cry as much as I want to cry until I am satisfied with crying. So grieve. If you're not a crier, don't cry. Do whatever you need to do to grieve. But your relationship just died. Grieve. It's dead. Go through the process of accepting that this thing is dead, is buried, it's gone. Step number 2 is to take your time, but not too much time. Now, I remember some years ago, I read this article about how much time does it actually take to get over a person. And this person had this elaborate calculation where they were just like, for every 3 months with a person, you'll need 1 week to get over that person. So I calculated and I was like, 2 years of a relationship means 8 weeks of just being in nonsense, getting over a person. You might as well just take me now. We can't do that. We can't be waiting 8 weeks to just get over a person. 8 weeks is a long time. Pella, we're young people. We need to get over these things. So apparently it takes an average of about 6 weeks to get over a person, to truly accept that a relationship is over, and for you to have a plan of either being happy being single or deciding to go out and mingle. Step number 3, you need to rewrite your story. I think the hardest thing about getting over a breakup is thinking to yourself, what am I gonna do with all of this time? You used to spend your weekends with this person, you used to be there at that person's house sleeping over during the weekdays, and now you're just like, what do people actually do on weekends when they're not with their boyfriends? I know it gets rough, guys. You're just like, this person used to occupy my time and I have so much free time. And that's the nonsense that gets you back to your ex. You don't need that. You need to rewrite your story because you've got this whole picture of how your weekends and your weekdays and your months, how your December and your Christmas and your New Year and your next year Valentine's were going to be with this person. But now this person is gone. So you need to reimagine your life. You need to rewrite your story. There's a story that you have about your life with this person in it, but now this person's gone. So take some time to actually rewrite it. It's a real thing. When you break up with a person and the first weekend comes along, you're just like, do I call my friends? Oh, all my friends are in relationships. All your friends are going to be like, oh, now that your man is gone, now you want to hang out with us. I know how it is. We've been there, done that. So you need to think about it. Rewrite your story without this person in the picture. They've erased you from their picture. So you need to decide, what is my narrative moving forward without this guy? Step number 4 is for you to call your friend, buy a bottle of wine, go to her house and trash the guy. Just trash him. In other words, it's known as exhaling. Sometimes you need to just exhale this human being. He's just in your system. And there may be thoughts that you just need to get out. If you need to get someone to get those thoughts out of your system, call your friend, get a bottle of wine and just trash the guy. Get it all out. Even if you have to just relive some good memories, talk about some bad stuff, whatever it may be, exhale. Have you ever seen the movie Waiting to Exhale where those girls are just on them? Call on me, you're thick and thin, a friendship that will never end. That's what your friends are for. Call on me. Wawan, call on. You know? So call on your friend and just be like, my friend, I'm coming with a bottle of wine. I just need to exhale this human being. Just the last time, just get him out of your system. Step number 5 is a warning. Is a big warning. I've done this before, it was a mistake. Don't go looking for trouble. Why? Because you'll find it. What does trouble mean? Trouble means getting into a short ass dress and being like, I'm gonna go find a man, and then you're gonna look for whatever man you find, and then you're gonna go start a mess with that man. You're just gonna land yourself in more nonsense. Don't do that. Don't go looking for trouble with another person. Don't go looking for spontaneity out of the blue, out of nowhere, and just go look for fun. It usually does end up bad because then you go from one emotional attachment being vulnerable, and men prey on vulnerable girls. Like, you are just a limping zebra and that lion is just going to pounce. Those guys are just looking for easy prey. And when you're a vulnerable person looking for trouble, you will find it. You're wounded prey. Don't put yourself on a platter and say, come eat me. Don't go looking for trouble. Step number 6 is to block the guy. Block him. I know what you're thinking. You want to still keep his number just in case he calls. You want to know. Block him. It's for all your own good. Because when as girls we get out of a relationship, we want to see what this man is up to. Honestly, what we want to see when we go onto his Instagram or his Facebook page is him crying in a ball with a blanket and just tissues lying all over him, just crying. But that's not what you're gonna go find. I don't know what it is with men. When they get out of relationship, it's like their boys are there to say, oh, my boy, let's go out. That's what guys do. They always just there to just scoop a man up and then they go out. You don't want to be seeing him going out. Maybe he might have his arm around another girl. You're just gonna get angry. Girl, while you are still dealing with yourself, just create some space between you and him. That's also you and his social media, you and his phone and his WhatsApp and all of those things. So block the guy. Step number 7 is something that we all do. We try to solve for X, right? So it was him plus me equals me alone. So there must have been X somewhere. Something went wrong. Solve for X. Why did we break up? What happened? Was it when I did this or was it when I did that? Did I do this or did I do that? Was it something that I missed? Was he maybe hitting on that waitress that we saw last time? I think it's that phone number that happened last time. Oh, no. Oh. Don't try solve for X, right? Because what's going to happen is you're going to try and blame him or you're going to try and blame yourself. And a lot of the times that blame just circles back and you think you did something wrong. And you leave feeling less than you were before. Don't play the blame game. Don't try and solve for X. If there's any analyzing you're going to do from this relationship, is what can you learn to become better? And doing the blame game or trying to solve for X, trying to find the reason, the real reason behind the breakup, that's just going to make you feel bad. Step number 8, it's time to discover. Whether it is discovering yourself, what makes you amazing, what you have learned from the relationship, how you have grown, discovering that you're actually funny, that you have so much to offer, or it's discovering what you like to do with your time. Be deliberate about discovering new things about yourself. Step number 9, step away from the clippers. Hide all the scissors. What is it with girls and cutting their hair when they get out of a big relationship? This may not happen the week after or the month after. It may happen 3 months after. When you've completely cleansed your system of this man, all of a sudden you're just like, you know, friend, I feel like cutting my hair. Now you're going to go lose that beautiful mane of yours because of that guy. Yeah. No, you don't have to cut your hair. I don't know what it is. Why do we cut our hair when we feel like our life needs to change? Oh, I don't know. And then you go lose this beautiful head of hair because of that guy. I know, man. And step number 10, love yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Literally take yourself out on a date. Oh, this is the best thing that you could ever do. The best relationship you will ever have from the day you are born until the day you die is a relationship with yourself. If you can be your own sunshine, if you can be your own happiness, if you can fulfill the void this man left with things you love about yourself, then you enter into another relationship whole. Because the last thing you want to do is enter into another relationship trying to fill a hole or a gap that was left by somebody else. That's not going to work out. All of these steps are for you to close that gap. Whatever area this man filled in your life when you guys were still together, he has vacated it. And sometimes we try and fill up that hole with other loose guys, or we try and fill it up with nonsense, or we try and fill it up with mischievousness, we try and fill it up with empty things. But what it should be filled up with is love for ourselves and a relationship with ourselves. So, honey, date yourself. Feel good about yourself. Be whole as yourself. Because the next man who will find you will find that there's nothing extra that you could add to this woman other than love and companionship. So those are the 10 steps that you need to follow to get over that guy. By the time you're done, you're going to be better than you were before. You're pure gold, honey, and he's missing out. But we're not even going to give him any more airtime because we have come out more filled with so much love for ourselves and our lives that we are better off, and we need to thank him for letting us go. Now, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Give it a big thumbs up if you want to see more videos like this, and share this with a friend who may need a bit of companionship and a little bit of a push in the right direction, saying, baby girl, you're good. He's let you go, but you can become so much better. Here are the 10 steps to getting over him. That's all for my episode today. Until next time, beautiful people, I'm Kopano Shimange, and this is How I Do Things. Key to opening so many doors. doors to being. Now, confidence can open so many doors for us, as being able to walk into the opportunities that we want, to live out the moments as fully and as lively as we want to, being able to go after our dreams the way that we want to. Now, if you want to start building your confidence, having the affirmations to give you that strength in the morning, following a few steps to boost your confidence can leave you in a completely different place. Head over to my website, kopanoshimange.com, and download my new ebook, How to Build Your Confidence with 7 Easy Hacks. It's all free and you can download it right now.